Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another video of Journey Chronicles. We're on the second episode. I've got two reoccurring guests. You guys already know them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves again.
I got Adrian right here.
DJ.
Yep, no J, guys. No J. All right, do you guys want to get a little prayer going in before we start talking about the topics we're doing?
Do it. All right. Dear Lord, I just thank you for blessing us with today. Lord, I pray that you help us just speak fluently and praise you, Lord, today. Lord, I pray that we have a good night, good time speaking today, Lord. And I pray that you just bless us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. What you mean? All right, so as you guys know, last one we were talking about things that like challenge your faith.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the things that you can overcome. Like there's certain things you can overcome in the challenges. So this one we're going to be talking about like more. We're going to be talking more about things that question. You know what I mean? Like question your path and like things that you think about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the first question I have for you guys is, what are some things that make you question your faith?
Ooh. Got anything on that, DJ?
Did you? Sorry, I was out of it a little bit.
What are some things that make you question your faith?
Ooh,
Not even just your faith, like things, like when I mean faith, like even your path. You know what I mean? Like or questions that you guys ever question the path that you feel like God's taking you on. So it's not just faith on like, oh, do I believe in God? No, I'm talking about like your path and your relationship with Him.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely, I question a lot, and I feel like I'm pretty sure it's normal to question, because if you're not questioning, like I don't know,
you feel like it's normal, like
it should be normal to like question yourself, like in a term, like I don't know.
I see what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
I kind of lost my thought right there, but like I feel like I question myself quite a bit. Like I'm like, am I on the right path? But then you just gotta think, like you just gotta like pray about it. Like just like you just go with what He wants, and like I felt like I was always like pushing it a lot. Like I would be like praying about something, and He would take it away in like a good way, and I'd go back thinking, oh, my plan's better. Like I know I'm supposed to be there, and then it would just end worse. And yeah, I kind of lost myself at the stars now.
That's good. I mean, there's a lot of things that, make you question your faith, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's really good to just pray about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much things that can just help, like, that can just veer you off the right path. You know what I mean? Make you question your faith. But everyone has their own, path. So everyone's all going through their own struggles. Everyone's going to deal with that. But at the end of the day, you just got to pray about it and, talk to God about it, and he'll lead you down the right path.
Yeah. All right. So like when you guys question yourself, like, do you guys feel like do you guys feel like you guys are praying enough? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's some people that pray like for 5 hours and stuff. Like, so I know some people have, like, I ran into a situation like that. I'm like, am I doing enough for God? Am I praying enough? Am I listening to enough worship music? Am I like doing all this for God? Am I doing enough? Like, do you guys ever feel like that?
Yeah, everyone has their own way of, talking to God, praising, worshiping, all that. As long as you're like, you praise God all day, you worship God all day, but it's not going to be like just singing and jumping up and down and praying. The way to like praise God or worship God throughout the day is just being kind, and expressing like letting God shine through you. It doesn't have to just be with
stay happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to be like, be nice to everyone, like God bless everyone. You know what I mean? You don't got to sit there and sing to everyone, worship to everyone, and shove it down to their throats about it. You just gotta, you want to
into them. The word just goes into them.
Yeah, exactly. Be the light. That's really all it is.
No, I had an experience. So we were running a Bible study, and one of our friends brought someone new, and no hate to him. I love the guy. The guy was cool, and he spoke some real words that night. It's just like, I questioned a lot about myself. I'm like, because he was talking about he prays for like 2 hours, and his worship sessions like go for like, I don't know, 5 hours. It's just like, I'm just like, wow, that's That's crazy. And like not in like a crazy bad way. Like it was just like, am I doing enough? And then I kind of like, and he was just talking about some like other stuff like sleep paralysis and stuff, and just like actually like made me like kind of tweak for a few days. And then I kind of found myself, I'm like, everybody like has their own ways of praising him. And it's like, it's just about like, and then we went to the chapel one night, and shout out the chapel. And the pastor was just talking about how like you just got to glorify him through the day, and that he's like a pastor and stuff. And he said he's like, he doesn't sit there and worship him all the time. And it's like, you have to let your soul breathe and like to flourish in other things, and you just have to glorify him.
You don't always have to have the Bible in your hand.
Yeah,
you
just have to glorify him through everything you do. You don't have to sit there praising him worshiping him all the time. Like you don't have to like always be blasting worship music, and it's not bad too.
Yeah, just know he is in your presence.
I
mean, we're all human, so we can't be perfect. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
as much as God wants us to be, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else, guys?
I don't know.
That was a bit.
That was pretty good.
One.
I hear that.
The next one is: what are some ways to help with staying on the right path that you feel God is calling you to?
Can you repeat that?
Okay.
I'm trying to process some of it.
That's a bit. That one's a lip.
Yeah.
So it goes: what are some ways to help with staying on the right path that you feel God is calling you to?
I think it's good. I said this last podcast about just like being in the right environment, right people, you know, going to the right church, you know, all that. Like, as long as you're in the right environment, you're gonna be on the right path. I feel like, you know what I mean.
Not even being in there. I feel like it's not even being in the right environment. Like, yeah, that's part of it, but you want to be around the people that will always hold you accountable, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter, even if it's just the small things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you said this, but you're not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. So, say, oh, I'm gonna, like you, DJ. Hold on.
Oh no.
No, I mean, I try to keep you on top of it. Like you said, like you like to work on your truck and stuff. Like your truck is out of commission right now.
Yes, yeah.
And you said that you were gonna go get the part that you need this weekend.
I did not.
You did not.
Yeah, not make
so how like now you have to use someone else's
Yeah.
vehicle as your transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, wait, it's been out for 2 weeks now.
No, it's
like a
yeah,
week and a
about
half.
a week, bro. It's bad. Pretty rough.
I had to put you out on the spot.
No, you're
Dang,
good.
bro.
I was gonna talk about my sister anyways, but that's funny.
Go ahead.
Because my sister's helped me out, let me use her car and stuff. And I love my sister, so shout out her.
Shout out Gemma.
Gemma's amazing. But I was just talking to her the other day, and she's talking to this new dude, and I just really, I was just talking to her like we were just having like a moment. We were actually out fishing, so it was like late at night. And we were just having like a conversation. Like we never do this, and we had a conversation. And I'm like, I was just talking about him and her because they just met, and they're both like not extremely close to God. And I told her, I'm like, you should bring him to church and stuff. Like, kind of, you want to build a relationship through God, and how if you do, you guys will keep each other accountable. And because if you don't, there's so much that can creep in, like sexual temptation, which is huge. Because like, say one person's starting to do something, you have that thought in your head like, this is probably not right. Then you keep them accountable. Be like, let's wait till marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Which I talked to a lot of people about this, and I think it's just like definitely. But like not just having like finding God together, like you gotta find God alone.
That's
too.
real.
Like you have to.
Yeah.
You can't find it with someone else. You gotta find it through your own.
You start your relationship.
Yeah.
You always have to start.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I do think it's very important. Yeah.
I mean, like I've been really trying to get into it. Sorry, I just like.
No, you're good. I want to hear you.
No, I gotten more like I've always been into this, and like, and like people are like, oh, you're new to your faith. I'm like, yeah, sorta. Like I hate when people say that. It feels like they kind of like degrading me. Like, oh, you were never into it, now you are. Like I'm just more like on fire about it. Like I want to keep it going this time. And
I got a question. You said like I remember last podcast you were saying, I'm so sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good, bro. You're good.
I know you said that you were losing your flame, like you were losing the light of, like, you know.
No, yeah. No,
how's that going for you?
No, a lot. It's a lot better. I was just going through moments. It was just like there's a lot going on, and I had to figure it out. And it like once you get like stress really brings me down with that stuff. So like that takes me away, and I just gotta find my way back. And I forgot what I was gonna say before.
I'm so sorry, man.
No, you're good. Like I lost my train of thought, and then you cut me off perfectly. That it didn't even matter, and now the question ended. So it's like,
I mean, talking about that, like stress, like I think it's very important. Like when you're in like stressful times, I mean,
I say lean on others.
But it's also like it's so hard to go to anyone when you're in a stressful moment. Like you like
because you don't want to feel like a burden.
Exactly. Yeah, you're going through
that
so
is
much.
my exact reason, bro. Like
But I mean, I'm obviously not like we're both like kind of in the same boat. We both have just recently gotten our faith, probably about this year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So
But
I'm right there with you.
yeah, all of us. But I mean, I've been through a lot of stressful moments lately, and I think the best thing that just helped me out was just praying to God and reading the Bible and all that, which, you know, it's like it's hard to do when you're in like those moments, but
It's like you don't even want to do it.
it just
No, yeah.
Feel
but,
like you're forcing yourself.
but when you do it,
That's-
it helps. It really does.
that was my problem too. Like I felt like
You're just forcing.
yeah,
yourself to
forcing
do it.
myself. Like, and yeah, you need to create like discipline and stuff. But it's like then you get into a phase of like you want to do it. Like sometimes you want to do it, and sometimes you're like, I'm tired, dude. Like I don't want to read my Bible right now. I don't want to pray. Like, and it's just such simple things. Like, and it's just like those things you gotta force yourself to do sometimes, even if you don't feel like it. And it makes me feel like I'm like, am I in the right place? Like, is this bad? Like why am I feeling like this? Like the next morning, I'm like, why did I not read my Bible? Like, cause I was tired. Like, really? Like, and it's just like he would do anything for me, and why am I putting sleep
putting
over
it to the
him?
side, yeah.
Like, and I'm just having this realization right now. Like, it's like actually crazy.
There's this wise man that always told me. You guys know him very well too. There's this wise man that told me, if you feel like you don't if you don't feel like doing something, you got to do it.
Oh yes,
You got to do it. If you don't feel like reading the Bible, you're already thinking about it. Go read it.
Mm-hmm.
If you told somebody you're gonna go pray for them right
Pray
there.
for them right there and then. Yeah.
Then you're gonna forget about it. You're gonna forget about it in the long run.
Yeah.
know
You
what I
say
mean?
you will, and then you end up not.
You end up not doing it.
Bro.
And that's another prayer that that
Yeah,
it's missed. That could help somebody.
Mhm.
that's in every aspect of life too, bro. Like especially if you're like trying to work out and you're like, oh, I don't want to go work out, but you're thinking about it, so go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
Mhm.
And like with everything, bro, like it's really big in like your faith and stuff. To like, if you think about it, you're already there. So why not just keep it going?
Your mindset is already in that spot. So,
Exactly.
but unless you're thinking about doing something bad, don't.
Yeah,
do it.
no,
Do
for sure,
not- do not do that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So literally anything like positively, like, oh, you're thinking about, I want to go to church. I accidentally got here. You don't accidentally go to church.
Mm-hmm.
You always go to church on purpose. There's no.
Yeah, you
accident.
can't accidentally drive.
Like, oh, here's this church. Let me
Take the
pull
trip
into
to-
it. Yeah.
Take a trip to church on accident. Like you're
Shoot,
there
just
for a purpose.
Got here,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for what I was saying earlier, like how I'm like kind of getting more into it, taking that moment to like not just jump into like a relationship like what I'm doing right now, like kind of waiting. You gotta find it through yourself first to have like a God-centered relationship. Like with me, like I went from a rough lifestyle to like just jumping right into it. So it's like I understand like that you have to wait for good things and
Wanna
like
speak a little bit about that. Like, what do you mean by rough style? There's a lot
like
of rough styles.
bro, I was doing drugs. I was breaking into places. I was out there doing stuff, bro. And it really hit me after Passion. Like I was in like my one thing that I didn't want to come back up. It was me and my friend went into this like abandoned place, and like we were on our bikes, and then we left, and then we got a call saying like, dude, there's 8 cops at this abandoned place, and we're like, no way they're gonna find us. So then I went on to
inside the abandoned place while the cops were there.
no,
Okay,
that's a
okay.
different story. That's the time we ran from the cops.
Oh my gosh,
brother,
okay.
bro.
No,
This is going
this
deep.
abandoned place comes up a lot in my testimony because like it's actually crazy that we kept on going back, but fun times. Yeah. But
Send it. Like literally, that's literally what he's
YOLO.
throwing
Yeah.
off.
No, like, and then later on, after I was like getting my faith, I got a call from my friend, and there was a cop talking on the phone. I'm like, this is not a cop. This is one of my friends. He's like, no, this is sheriff. Blah, blah, blah. And I got trespassed. And then I thought I wasn't even gonna get in. I thought when they background checked me for Crosspoint, I thought I wasn't gonna get in. I was tweaking for the day or two. I'm like, I'm not getting in. Like, this is actually gonna, like, I'm not getting into church because of
Like
this
what,
thing.
like to serve for church,
yeah.
or like just
To serve for
go in?
church. Yeah, and I thought, and they probably saw like Walmart, how I was banned from Walmart too, and stuff like that. So like,
Oh,
I
so
got
you,
some.
You can't shop at Walmart no more.
I do. They don't. I had long hair, so it doesn't.
Oh, so they don't remember.
Yeah, but I can get a lot of arrested if I get caught doing something there. But like,
So,
whatever,
Like, why did you just say this in the middle of a video?
bro.
No,
Walmart don't come after me.
Oh, you're so cooked. I mean, so what? So do you just go to Sam's Club?
No, I go to Walmart. Walmart has good oil. They have cheap oil.
Ah,
$20 for a whole 5 quarts.
Holy cow. That's actually not that bad. I go to AutoZone.
Yeah,
like
bro.
35. How about you, Age?
I mean, bring it up. What's the question again?
What are some ways to help with staying on the right path that you feel God is calling you to?
Yeah, I remember. What was I talking about?
You're talking about being around your peers.
Yeah, I mean, back to it. I feel like I say this so much, but I think it's just because it's so important.
So we were basically saying being held accountable. Is there any other way
Other than being,
being held accountable? Like holding yourself accountable, being around the people that hold you accountable.
Mm.
Because those are the people that actually want to see you succeed.
And
You know what I mean?
flourish.
Those are the people that want to see you succeed, and they want to see you go to the top. They don't want nothing to stop you. They don't want anything to stop you. And those are the people you really need to have by your side. I feel like, and like in any circumstance, in the gym. Oh, like some people can say, oh, you're not gonna lift that, and that's
mm-hmm.
That's not like holding accountable, but it's like, oh, like you're like this is
Pushing others to be better. Yeah.
So like I feel like motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So accountability and motivation. I mean, y'all guys got anything else?
No, like what he said about peers, that's what changed my life, dude. Like when we went to Passion, I cried to Zach, bro.
Zach
And,
was
like,
really- Zach was
I
a really-
cried to
shout out
Zach.
Shout
Yeah.
out Zach.
Zach saved me. Truly, no, not saved me.
No,
But he
Jesus
brought me.
saved
He
you.
brought me to get
Jesus
saved.
saved you,
He
Zach.
got me. He got me up to that altar, dude. And
Aiden got me up to that altar.
yeah, dude.
Shout out both of them.
Yeah, bro.
Same with Joey
But, like,
too.
Yeah.
Shout out. Okay.
Jeez.
Shout out everybody at Passion, bro.
Everybody.
No, and I just cried to him like, dude, like I don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't here. Like I'd be still with these other kids, and I still hang out with the kids, but I'm in such a better mindset that I
You
don't,
don't want to do
even
anything.
like I just had them over today, and they're over here like smoking and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't have any like want to do any of that. Like I
feel
just
like
don't like.
When you're in those environments, I think one thing is to help, like maybe just like bring up a little thing, about God, and it could help.
No, I
It
do.
could
I
help
try.
lead them closer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just those little tiny talks, can.
It brings
You
them
gotta plant
closer.
that
Yeah,
seed, bro.
exactly. One thing today, I was getting a new tattoo.
Oh yeah, let's see. You got how many new tattoos?
I got two. This got Sonder. Y'all don't know what
That's not
Sonder
good.
means. Basically, it's basically just the definition of Sonder is like everyone around you all has their own intricate lives, and they all have their own vivid lives. You know what I mean? So everyone has a very detailed life, just like your own. And I think it's very important to just know that. You know what I mean? I think it's very important that you just like are always reminded that everyone around you is very important. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then I also got a little cross on my hand. Shout out DJ. He tatted me up.
DJ does so many different hobbies, guys. Like, I
Yeah,
can't
like,
even keep up. Like, he doodles on himself too.
Yeah, I got a bunch of tats, bro. I do everything. Like name it, and I've probably done it. Like
Yeah, you're a plumber
But
too?
yeah, bro. I do plumbing.
Yeah.
I snowboard. Not a lot of people know I'm actually decent at snowboarding
You're
or
a pretty
like
good editor too. I think
Yeah.
I saw that. on your-
skateboard, skimboard.
Oh.
Anything with a board sport I've done, and I've probably gotten
I'm
decent.
I'm jealous. But yeah,
I'm an
I
athlete.
lock in.
back to what I was talking about, the
ADHD.
tattoo. I was talking to my tattoo artist today. It was actually a new dude. I like going to different artists, but yeah, I was talking to him about God, and I wasn't really like trying to.
Is he close?
No, he wasn't close at all. But he was. He was originally talking about just like being nice to others, which is obviously important. You know what I mean?
Always.
But I asked him,
You
I was
never
like,
know who's
do
having
you
a
believe
bad
in God?
day.
He's like, no, but I mean, I do believe in a higher power. But I was like, I don't know. I think like I was just talking, some little like things about like how the church helps me and like it's impacted my whole life. And I don't know. I think it's very important to just do that with anyone you meet that's new. You know what I mean? Like just those little things can help change someone's life. And one thing I wanted to do so bad, I just wanted to hand him a little card for like our church. We have a little thing going on the 27th. Yeah, I do, but I totally forgot.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot, and it stuck with me all day. I wanted to give it to him, so maybe I'll text him about it. But yeah, I just think it's important to just.
Did you get scared?
No, I didn't. I just totally forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to so bad, and then I was like, I got up, I was looking at my tattoo, I was geeking, and then I was like, oh, I drove away, and I was like, shoot, I forgot. So,
do you guys ever get scared of like saying things about God?
100%.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, it's because you don't want to. One thing from my point of view is I don't want to like, force religion down.
No,
people's
that's
throat.
like I just don't.
It is it's a
touchy
subject. Yeah, it is.
I don't want like forcing stuff on people. Like I don't want to do that. Like I don't want them to feel uncomfortable around me.
You know what I mean? Oh, like this is what's gonna happen if you don't believe in God.
Yeah, no,
that's what I don't try to do. Like God, like religion and politics.
When I was new into my faith, I was like, oh, like spread the word, and that's what I was doing it the wrong way, and it was like scaring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what you don't want to do.
I don't want to do that.
I just want to lead people down the right path, and help just with the little things. You know what I mean? It's always important to just speak little things. Say some small words that just can help lead someone closer.
Exactly.
So,
even if somebody's having a bad day, you know what I mean? Like,
even verses, bro. Like just give them like a verse. Like nothing from like Revelations though. Like don't be like, yeah, trumpets are gonna come and like scare the crap out of them. Never come like.
Didn't you just like have a dream? About that?
Dude, I was before this podcast. I was reading Matthew and hold on. Yeah, let me crack this open. I was on 24 and it was.
You were having a dream outside my house, weren't you?
Yes, 24. Matthew 24, like the whole chapter. It was just talking about because the disciples came to him and asked him what's gonna happen and stuff later on for the second coming of him, and he was just talking about how all this stuff was gonna happen, like how there's gonna be fake people that are gonna come up to you and be like, I'm the next like Christ, and this is like
doppelgangers or like people who are trying to
impersonate him, like trying to be like, oh, come my way, like kind of like the devil, dude,
yeah.
like. And then I was going to sleep, and the last thing that it says is like, in that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And then just like thinking of that, I was sitting there, I'm just like, and I fell asleep, and I was having like these weird dreams about like, it was like the craziest thing. I was like dreaming of this, and it was like scary, bro. Like, I genuinely like. I don't know. It actually made me tweak a little bit. Like it's scary. I don't like reading like stuff about the end.
You got anything, AJ? Are you just looking for the verse that he was talking about?
The verse, but also, I mean, I think that's one thing is, while you're having those dreams, it might be just like you're stressed because I feel like you might think that you're not perfect. You're not like what God wants. But I mean, bro, we're all not perfect. We're all sinners at heart. I mean. That's one thing I feel like is what's causing those dreams.
We were born of sin, guys. Mm-hmm. Like, Jesus is gonna be the only perfect one.
Yeah,
he was like born from a virgin.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. We were born of sin. Like it had to take lustful activity for us to.
Yeah,
but I feel like we're not perfect. We're not perfect, but we're still trying, and we're spreading.
That's all he wants.
Our word. We're trying to make the Christian community much bigger.
Yeah,
and I feel like shout out. Okay, so all religions. Okay, I have no hate towards any of it. You know what I mean? But I feel like God should be like everybody should just believe in a God or in our God, because even before our time, you had before Christ.
Yeah,
says it in the word. And what is it?
I'm not sure.
I think we call it
right?
after death.
I think that might be it.
Maybe,
I don't know.
yeah,
Correct us
maybe.
in the comments or something, please.
Yeah. So I mean, and there's just like so many things. Like even the Bible, like it literally words our generation so well, and there's just no way that there's not a God. You know what I mean? How is there a book that was made centuries, like maybe millions of years ago? You know what I mean? And it talks about Gen Z so perfect.
Why
Really-
would like? Sorry, I interrupted.
No,
you.
you go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Why would why would we make a book about stuff we do, like against stuff we do? Like there's no way there was something made against like our like lust. Like there's no way we made a book saying that lust is bad before marriage and all this stuff, and they're like there's just like so much that like
That we do.
why
that,
yeah, like why would man make a book against man?
that we do. Yeah.
Like why would there would never be a book against like what we do? Like nobody just goes around and like I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of like let's say like tennis. Let's just throw out tennis.
Okay, tennis.
Let's say tennis is like
I've done pickleball, but
Like,
let's do tennis.
Pickleball's
so
great
say
sport, by the
you're
way.
a tennis player and I'm not, and I'm like, yeah, tennis is a sin. It's the devil because I don't play tennis. I can just say that and be like, I'm content. I don't have to. I will never play that, so it doesn't matter. But you'll be like, no, like you're making that like, and that's what a lot of like people do. Like they make up sins. Like they take sins and then they kind of expand on it in a way that was never intended to go. And I see that a lot, and that's what made me freak out more because like I'd see these things, I'd look it up, and then I'd look at like forums, and they'd be like, yeah, this is fake in the Bible, and they quote a bunch of stuff saying it's not actually a sin, and that people just say it because they don't do it, so they don't care if they're saying right or wrong.
Kind of like how you were saying, like eating shrimp is a shit.
Bro, okay, no.
Where did this come from? Hold on.
It was in the Old Testament, and I looked it up because I'm like, I thought I was fishing, and I'm like, isn't there like fish you can't eat? So I looked it up, and it said it. It was from the.
Can't eat because you can get sick and die.
No, it was from the. I looked it up biblically, and it said from the Old Testament. I didn't know it said the Old Testament. I thought it was like still like the thing, but like the New Testament overruled it.
New Testament.
I guess, and I figured that out. But it said that you couldn't eat anything without like scales or fins and stuff like that, and shrimp and crab were in it, and I'm like, that's crazy because I've eaten shrimp before, and like, I don't know.
That's
I was like,
interesting. I didn't know
went
that.
around I told them, I'm like, dude, you like, I figured this out. Like, I made it sound like I just like found out like something new.
I love shrimp too. So
Shrimp is good.
Shrimp is
you're
good.
not
Like,
telling me this
In
right
the New
now.
Testament, it's like I'm pretty sure it's like I think everything's like overruled because
Not everything.
Not
Like,
everything,
no,
yeah,
a lot.
but a lot of it is.
yeah, a
that's
lot
true.
of it.
The New Testament is basically just like another repeat of the Old Testament.
Just like, yeah, saving
gospel.
you. Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Mm-mm.
Alright, so that one was basically
yeah.
more of
We expanded from
yeah,
questions
Hold on,
a
I'm
lot.
losing my train of thought. What
Sorry,
was it?
sorry.
What was it? Accountability.
Oh, and
Motivation.
yeah. That was just the two,
Yeah.
right? Just those two.
Yeah.
What?
Accountability and motivation.
But what?
What are you
Oh, the
talking?
actual question? Like we're going back straight to the question
No,
instead of all the
yeah.
question about fish and stuff.
Yeah, we're going all over the place.
Yeah.
ADHD's kicking in.
So real.
So you guys got anything else about the main question?
I don't think so.
All right. So moving on to the next one. How do you handle your emotions to the things you feel don't go your way in your walk or in your life? Do I need
That's
to repeat
tough.
that? Probably not.
Yeah, repeat that. I'm trying to comprehend the first few words.
Okay. How do you handle your emotions to the things you feel don't go your way, like in your walk or in your life?
Ooh, okay.
Like things that just don't go in your way.
For one thing, I think I guess I'll just talk about it. I have a big problem with my the way I look. What is it called?
Insecurities?
I have insecurities.
Or
I
something
have
like
a
Body
Yeah,
no, I don't have
it's
like not like that,
dysmorphia.
but like
yeah, body dysmorphia. I think that's what it is.
the way I look. Like I have a lot of
face?
I have a lot of problems with that. I think one thing is like I go around like saying why. Yeah, my self-esteem. Like
yeah.
I'm always like, why this, why that, and I think that's one thing that's just not good. I mean, I have to pull it up in the Bible. I got some verses that help me think about it. But
Do you know what? Do you know what?
one thing is like I used to always say why this, why that, and I think it's very important to just like go back and really like understand that like it was Joseph. I'll have to find it. Shoot, if y'all got anything to talk about, I'm gonna find it.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
DJ.
no,
He
in
finds
my,
it.
I
Might
feel
take
like,
him like 5 minutes, but 66 books. There's 66 books in there. There's no way you're just gonna find it in 30 seconds.
I think it's in Matthew. Hold on.
Matthew has everything,
Yeah,
bro.
it's the first chapter. It's the first chapter.
Is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like in my past, I reread the question so I can regain what I was thinking.
All right. How do you handle your emotions to the things that you? Okay. Let me reread that. I'm sorry. I'm stuttering. How do you handle your emotions to the things you feel don't go your way in your walk or in your life?
In my past, I feel like I really was just like he said, like, why me? Or like in the last podcast, I did talk about this, like
Yeah, me
always
too.
saying like, why me? Why me? But I feel like I just pray about it. I'm like, I know it's your plan, and I just like put trust in him. And this is what I was gonna say earlier, and I didn't want to spoil it for you guys. So I talked to my mom about this a few years ago, and or like last year or something like that. And I was just talking to Ava about it today, and how like you can't. And I just talked about him today too. That's funny.
You were just
full round, bro.
everybody.
Everyone.
No, it was,
you know what I mean?
It was actually great, dude. My mom was like, she was telling me about how much stress she has with work and stuff like that. And I just said, you gotta give it to God. You gotta pray for it. Just gotta give it all to Him. And the next day she came to me, she was like complaining, and I'm like, so you're not trusting in Him. If you go around and you pray and you're like, oh, I'm giving God all my problems. Like I'm giving
feel
my
like nothing's
God
happening?
like me stressing about waiting. Like I'm like, I don't want to wait, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, I'm gonna give it to God, and God has good plans for me. And then I go the next day, I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I have to wait? Why this? Why? It's like, am I really giving all my trust to God, or am I saying it? And like, and I see a lot of people doing that. And it's just like, you got to kind of correct them on that. Like, if you really trust in Him and you're giving it all, and a lot of
it takes patience, man.
and a lot,
patience is
like a big reason people
that's another thing.
are like, why hasn't this happened? Why am I not good things coming? Like, to what you're praying about is because you're not really giving it all to Him. You're like still pondering, thinking about it. You're not leaving it at the
You're still
altar.
questioning it, and
Yes.
like you're like, is He actually gonna help me?
Yeah.
Like, no, you gotta, like, yo,
Yeah,
just give it
like-
all to Him.
Like my mom, like she's like sitting there stressing. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm always running. Like nobody helps me. I'm stressing so much, and she's like, I pray about it all the time. I'm like, but you're not truly giving it to Him. You're not
You're still holding
actually
it.
like trusting Him with the path He's doing, like
She's
giving
laying
you
it down, but she's picking it right back up.
Yeah, and that I forget who was talking about it. Something about the altar. Skylar was saying like,
Skylar.
yeah, no, he was sweet, like preaching. He was talking about how in one of his churches, when he was younger, everybody would be like, put it on the altar. But then if you put it on the altar and then then a few weeks or a week later you're talking about it again, they were like, so you didn't put it on the altar. You didn't leave it on the like at the altar and stuff.
Actually, leave it there.
You gotta leave it there and let Him do His work. You gotta let Him work in the ways He needs to with your life. It's not gonna be the same with everybody.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have patience. Patience is so hard. Like it really is. Like I'm always ready to go this. I got to do this now. I got to get this done now. And that's
like Disney.
Yeah, like Disney. But
that's how life makes you feel, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's so much in your life that you want to just get done like right away, and it's hard. But we live in America. We get things right away.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Short form content, bro, where you watch like you can just scroll to a next entertainment, and that's what makes us want to rush our life so much because you want that dopamine.
Yeah, and I think patience is just.
Yeah, no.
How would you know?
With the flip phone, like I was bad before the flip phone, and like that's why I switched over. So like I understand like
more. Like they were
it's
saying
tough,
at church
bro.
today,
It's tough.
be productive. You know, I mean, I struggle with that sometimes too. I should not sometimes. I feel like I struggle with that a lot. And doing this podcast now that I'm not in school, it gives me something to do throughout the whole week, while I'm at work, while I have church, while I have all the things I have to do in my house. You know what I mean? Like this is like something. I guess you could say it's a hobby for me, but it like I'm not laying in bed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm actually doing something that can not only change my life, but actually change other people.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
One
Did you
thing,
find the verse?
yeah, I did find the verse. Back to that. Matthew 1. It was Joseph was having a bunch of dreams, all that. And when he woke up from the dreams, it was like it said it was in Matthew 1:24. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife. I just think
I remember that part.
that verse hit me hard just because if you read all of chapter 1, it is a little confusing at the beginning, but
Let's put it like this: my man Joseph thought homegirl Mary was cheating on him, so he wanted to get a divorce with her. But an angel came to him while he was sleeping and said, "Yo, marry her because she has everyone's father's kid, as a virgin."
Yeah, and it's just I don't know.
Breaking it down some way.
That hits really well because he immediately woke up every single time. Immediately woke up and he was like, he just got up. You know what I mean? And he just said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna ask any questions." He didn't ask a single question. He did what the Lord was calling him to do. And that's just one thing that I think helps in my life. Is I always had that in the back of my mind is how Joseph really he got up and he
was more of an he obeyed.
Yeah, he just obeyed the Lord. Same with Job.
He didn't want it. He didn't want to do that because he didn't know if it was the truth or not. But he put his trust in the Lord.
Yeah,
he trusted him, and he knew that it was the right way. Because what are you gonna do if an angel comes to you in your sleep and tells you to do this? You're not gonna do it.
I would tweak just by the looks
yeah.
of the looks of the angels are scary, bro. They're actually I saw a concept someone posted.
This guy.
It was terrifying, bro.
Concepts, man.
Bro, no, it was like a 3D rendered image of like an actual angel, like one of the angels they explain in the book, like with the multiple eyes. It is not what I thought it would ever look like. It was terrifying. Like I was genuinely so scared. Like it was late at night too, bro. It made it so. But do they say fear not or like do not fear? Like 365 times in the Bible. So like,
and how many days are in the
300? It's like say 5.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. So don't fear it at all, and at any time, any day. 400.
Trust in Him.
Don't fear any minute from the 1,440 minutes that we have in a day either. Don't ask how I know that. I just do. Like, hey, our boy Job. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. He's our boy, but. I mean,
he's a boy, yeah.
He's our boy.
Yeah.
He was the same way too. I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the last podcast.
Yeah.
He praised the Lord no matter what.
Yeah, it brings us back to the same why topic.
Yeah.
He never asked why. He did actually.
But towards the
But he went through so much.
Yeah,
he
crashed.
was basically like
he had a crash
so
out.
close to being like the perfect human.
But that just shows you how many problems no matter what people you still praise the Lord, but then
nobody's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's perfect.
I want to find the verse. I know I see the verse where it says
Job 2, I think. No, I mean sorry, Job 6.
It's in Job 1 though. He was going through so much,
Oh yeah, the Lord, God was saying
was just attacking him and all that.
God
and
said, what was it?
Job 1:20. It says, "At this, Job got up, tore his robe, and shaved his head, and then he fell to the ground in worship."
Yes, I said that. I was talking about that last podcast. That's so funny.
Yeah, I think that's
Like a loop,
it's just
bro.
crazy. Like these people they never asked why. Not a
Mhm.
single,
And it's crazy how
why this,
we
why that.
we can't even I try to say this all the time. I feel like God gives us obstacle courses, and I feel like he gives us a certain obstacle course and see how we can do it, and how we go on that obstacle course.
Mhm.
How we are we gonna question him, or are we just gonna do how he wants us to do it? And if there's a blessing at the end, of course. There's
Mhm.
always
Mhm.
even in a regular obstacle course, you win a trophy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's always gonna be a blessing at the end. And I try to say, if you question him during your obstacle, what makes you think you're gonna get that blessing?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
And the blessings aren't they're not always
not the blessing
physical,
you want. It'll never be the blessing you
but
want.
there's always going to be a blessing. It could be the
Always.
smallest thing. It could be the smallest thing, but I mean, and God's not going to give you just
What
a,
you
just
want.
and He's not going to give you just a path.
No,
He's not going
yeah,
to let you just walk down this
that's why
a
it's
path
called
full of
an
dandelions and
option.
all that. It's going to be tough. You're going to be going up and
Mhm.
down.
You're gonna be going through
a lot.
lava.
Through a
Yeah.
lot. You're going to be going through a lot, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. You know what I mean? I think it's so important to just like trust in what God has for you and follow that path. You know,
Yeah.
go through that hardship, because there's going to be blessings at the end of that path, and you might not see them, but they're there. I mean, look,
No,
bro, you got food on your plate, you got a roof over your head. Like, that's a blessing in itself.
And
You know
some
what I
people
mean?
don't. Some people don't realize that unless like that's what I'm saying. You don't realize. Man, we're like bringing a lot of things from the old
Mhm.
last podcast.
yeah.
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 You don't realize. You don't realize what blessings are until you lose them,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and it's just I'll forever stick by that.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, "Yo, why does this happen to me?" I'm like, why didn't it happen to you? Why did he choose you? Why did you know what I mean? Now
There's a
this
reason.
is
There's
something you
always
got.
a
This is
reason.
something you either build from or you like fall again. Like we're all gonna fall down.
Hmm.
And like, I'm sorry,
and I
I'm
see,
really
I see
cutting you.
your like your
No,
face lit up.
yeah,
I'm like, go
no.
ahead. Nope, I'm gonna stop talking. Go
So
ahead.
like with that, and a lot of people, like when you tell them, oh yeah, I'm a Christian and stuff, they'll be
Oh,
like,
I would have never
"Oh,
thought.
yeah, I never thought that," because like they know your past and stuff, and it's like you can come from anything, even like people that have murdered people can be saved, and it sounds crazy, but like you can, like, and a lot of people think when you become a
As
Christian
you
you have to be
are.
like strict and perfect, you have to
Oh,
be like
no.
the perfect person, like you can't do anything, and you're gonna go to hell if you you mess up or anything. It's like it's not what it's about. It's like about giving it all to him and like trusting in his process and that he's still there even if you sin and stuff like that. And a lot of I feel like that's why my sister like isn't like diving too deep, because she's scared to like
Scared.
let go of everything like she's doing and stuff like that. And I'm not saying she's like bad or anything. She's encountered something the other day that I thought was just kind of crazy. I don't really want to speak on it because I don't know if my sister
No, yeah, I don't.
like it was rough, and I thought, I just was watching. I'm just like, that's not her. Like that's something else. Like someone's influencing that, and just like, and I feel like she was
Like
just fear
closer
like
or
farther.
oh,
like,
okay.
yeah. Not the other day. That was just yesterday. I forgot today's Sunday.
Hey, it happens. To
Yeah,
people, bro.
no,
Like,
and I mean, she still showed up to church today, which I was pretty happy about that. And I don't know. I feel like that's what a lot of people fear. They fear like having to be like thinking that they have to be perfect.
perfect.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of they're like, oh yeah, I'm not.
Not
I
even-
can't be saved. God doesn't want me. And it's like exactly.
Yeah.
Like
That's
wrong.
what pulls people
he,
away.
He wants you, bro. He
Yeah.
like no matter what you've done, he wants you. Like
No matter who you are.
yeah.
So speaking of encountering, so I have this guy at work, and I remember I would talk to him, like about God. He's not that close. He's not.
Mhm.
So he's like, bro, like he was. I think I remember. I don't remember if he said this. It was somebody. I know he was around. He was like, since when did you start getting so close to God? You know what I mean? I was like, it just happened, man. You know what I mean? You just once you start listening, my way when I first started getting closer to God, I started listening to more Christian music, and I'm
Mhm.
like more of like Lecrae. I hope you guys know who that is.
Yeah.
Lecrae.
I don't.
You don't know Lecrae?
No. I do not.
Listen to him after this.
Mm-hmm.
Lecrae is really good, but like listening to some of the things that he said is just like wow. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I listen. I'm like, I told him I said I just wanted to listen to more Christian music, and it just then I started reading the Bible more. My girlfriend, me and my girlfriend started reading the Bible, and then like I just started fixing my language. I was feeling more happy,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't stressed. I was like, I always like, you know what, the Lord will help. Like you guys also helped me with that too. He's like, yo, the Lord will provide with daily bread. Like you're going through this now, but the Lord's
Yeah.
and he told me the other day, I think it was Monday, sorry. It was Monday. He told me he goes, yo, bro, getting closer to God. I'm starting to get closer to God. I look back. I stopped everything what I'm doing, and I said, like, I look back. I'm like, bro, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember like he would always cuss. I'm like, yo, he says the F word a lot. I'm like, yo, say fart or something. And he just starts laughing and starts cussing in front of me. I'm like, okay, watch. Once you, if you ever get close to God, you'll see the reason why I keep trying to correct, why I'm trying to hold you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And he just told. I'm not gonna explain why he's doing it, but he started reading Bible verses to things that are going on in his life, and he had something going on with his girlfriend, and he figured something out. He was like, he wanted to turn his life around.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out you, bro. I love you, man. I'm glad you're turning your life around and finding your way towards God, man. That's amazing. I just like I couldn't stop thinking about it because he, in my opinion, he was like, what if I'm the only person he's told?
Mm-hmm.
And then that same day, somebody else came up to me and was like, she works with me too. She was like, "Oh, you were gonna be so proud of me the other day." I'm like, "Why? What? I'm like, why? What were we gonna do?" She goes, "I was gonna ask you to pray for me." And I'm like, "You should have, man. I'm proud of you regardless. You know what I mean? You're acknowledging you're respecting my decision. Like not every, there's some people who don't respect the decision of you, like the way you're changing. Like, you're like, oh, you went from doing this, but now you're praising somebody you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we haven't met you in person, but we have a brain,
Mm-hmm.
right? You guys believe we have a brain, and we
you
can't
believe in air. We breathe it. You can't see it though.
exactly.
There's-
Do you believe you have a brain, DJ?
Yeah, for sure. I think.
Can you see, can you
Sometimes
see
I
your
don't
brain?
think so.
Can you see you have a brain? Like,
No, I can't.
so then you don't have a brain. Like that's how some people like so.
No, yeah.
I mean, thinking like you know that you have a brain. That's how you got to know that we have a God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just something. That's just something I just see.
Yeah.
Dang, I was gonna say something. I forgot.
Crickets.
Yeah, that's all it is.
No,
Have
I
anything
feel
to say?
like there's like a reassurance. Like I feel like it's a calming feeling. Like I used to tweak about like I'm like, what happens after death? Like this is a deep conversation.
Oh my
for me,
gosh,
bro.
I think about that too. I'm like,
I know everybody I've talked to says it makes them like freak out because
I'm
like
shaking right now.
the thought of it, bro. It's just like scary, and it's just like reassuring that like you're gonna go to a good place, and it's like still like every day, just thinking about it. Like
Me
that's why
personally,
like
I think it's very hard to
comprehend
that way
Yeah.
instead of
Oh, okay,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you would have to do to make it not
Oh.
God way, not
Mhm.
like not make it to God's way.
I mean, there's ways.
I mean, there's
even, like,
ways, but like,
Yeah,
Go
but
on.
you know what I mean? Like,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
hey, he went to heaven.
he went to heaven.
He accepted the Lord. Yeah.
Uh huh.
Yep.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he accepted
This might be a
heaven. I think
conversation for another day.
yeah,
but
I
yeah.
I
think
didn't
he's
even
like-
know
I
that.
think he prayed before he.
No, he just he got close to God like before he was.
Look at Boot Gang, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. You guys know who that is Boot Gang.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He's what's his name now? What's his name?
I have
What do
no
they call him
clue.
now?
Oh, like people yell like they'd steal something from you.
And
Like,
just
"Boot
did.
gang,"
No, yeah.
or
What was
yeah.
his name?
All the
He
gang.
accepted Christ, and now he's like Christian. He's like really big Christian now.
That's sick. I'm proud of him. That's good.
Crazy, yeah.
What is his name?
I got no clue.
All right, we'll figure that out later.
Gang, all-
No.
I'm not.
Okay, anything else? Like, did you figure out?
Nah, now we
Yeah,
can
let
go on
me
to the
see.
next one.
Hold on, I'm gonna figure out his name. 'Cause now that
Here, let
just
me-
that has me tweaking.
You want me to pull up the next question?
If you want.
Let's go. I want to do this.
Oh yeah. How does it feel when you guys shout out, this is Nino, in the back production.
Extra questions.
Yeah, so how do you guys how do you guys feel whenever you see your old friends? Like, do you think they think like, yo, like it's crazy how we used to be boys, we used to do all this together, and now you got a whole new group, you're switched up, and now you're with a whole people that you guys, so because some people think
You're just ditching them.
not even that. Some people like I feel like I'm about to get really deep. Some people think believing in Jesus is a cult.
Oh yeah, I was literally
No,
gonna say
that
that.
I understand that. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, because yeah, I have friends. They're not like they don't do crazy bad stuff, but I mean, I used to hang around them and all that, and it's just I slowly drifted away because I just accepted God. It's not that I did it on purpose. I didn't just, you know, run away from them because I don't want to be around them, you know, because they do all this and that. It's just
different path.
Yeah, we went down different paths, and like those people that I used to be friends with really just they didn't like we didn't
They didn't have the right benefit.
think together, you know. We didn't have the same like mind like thought process and all that. But it's tough when you know when you see them again, you want to talk to God about them, and every once in a while, you know, I try, but sometimes it's hard, you know, because
I try to hang out with the people I used to be with, just cause I still got the same love.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm
that's
still
real.
I'm still gonna talk to you guys, you know, but I'm not like I have some friends that smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna smoke.
Yeah.
I've never smoked a day in my life. I'm not. It's never happening. And I stay. I mean, I just tell them. I just try to stay closer. Like, um, I I know it says it in the Bible, but I don't know where. I know it says that you can be around people who sin, but don't fall into the sin.
Jesus was around all sinners.
Yeah, you sat at a table, you ate at a table with
like
sinners.
tax people. What else was it? There's a few other people like
People who sold, like
Yeah,
people were
like-
selling stuff, I guess, and he was tweaking out
yeah
and started flipping tables.
yeah at the it was like some. Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was called. I just read it in Matthew. Somewhere.
Yeah, you're gonna
It's
have
not
to
a
find
chamber.
that.
I don't think it's a chamber, right? Is
I
it a
don't
chamber?
know. I don't
No.
know. But
Hey, shout out
It was
Pastor
a
Paul.
it was a holy place. It was
Yeah.
like it was a multi-leveled like almost like a castle, but not like stacked
Oh,
up.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know where it was.
yeah, my goal is to just try to like get my
I try to
friends
get
from the past to just I want to get them closer to God, and it can be hard, you know. Like whenever I see them, like
I mean,
I want to talk about it, but it's hard to just like jump into it and just be like, oh yeah, this is what God's done in my life, you know what I mean? Just because I've never really talked to them about that around them, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a tough conversation to have with people that aren't close to God, especially friends from like your childhood, you know what I mean? Friends that you've done so much stuff with that just like now that you've just drifted off to a better path and you're just going further from them, you know, it's hard to just see them stay in that same spot and while you're like, you know, glowing with God, but like I want to help them get closer, but
maybe
it can be
sometimes
tough,
it's a
you know
good
what I mean?
thing. Like
Yeah.
they see you're glowing from God, and they're maybe along down the road, and you're like they realize how happy you are.
Mm-hmm.
Not even like they could have more than you, but you're still happier than them because you know that with God's glory, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they're like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know there's people who believe in God, and you know they believe in God, but they're just not that close.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I'm bringing up my coworkers a lot, but one of my old coworkers, he was telling me his girlfriend goes to our church, or I don't know if she goes with us anymore, but she has I don't know if I'm gonna say let's just do this past tense. She had a best friend who went to church with her, and she got in a relationship and stuff, and I guess she just started moving away from God, and then now, and I guess I heard that he told me that she said that like believing in God is a cult and stuff, and I don't know if it's because she's in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
or she just saw something different. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I mean, and it broke me to hear somebody who we talked to at church, who we used to talk to. It was that they just changed, like they just completely just ran away from the Lord, and now they're just believing that there is no God. It's just you're just delusional. You know what I mean, we have. I feel like we have a couple friends that struggle with that. That people tell them, "Yo, why do you believe in this thing? You know, you don't see him."
It's tough to believe in things that you don't see, but there's so much proof. You know what I mean? Like, look at us. Like, we have so much like detail. We have everything around you is just so beautiful. You look up at the sky. How is that not made by a higher power? How is the universe not made by a higher power? There's so much beauty in this world, and we really have to just like admire that. Like, he's done so much and he has so much proof just like right in front of our eyes, but we just look past it. There's so much amazing things. And back to like air, we can't see it, but we gotta believe in it. We're breathing it.
Oxygen.
You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a higher power, and I believe that God created this world. He is the higher power. You know, he's blessed us with so much and everything in front of our eyes. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. If you don't believe in God, what is there to believe in? Yeah, there's a higher power, but
there's
what
some
is
people
it?
who think there's
You know what I mean?
gods. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's why there's
some
different
people that think there's no gods.
Those are, yeah. I mean, and that's
Atheists, bro. Those are so, that's scary, bro. Like, how do you even like walk through your day
listen,
and
he's
like?
not trying to step on anybody's feet right now. I'm sorry. He
stepping on
just
people's feet.
no,
This guy.
no. Listen, it's all love. It's all love over here. You know what I mean? It's all love. And I
Like,
mean,
I'd love to hear from an atheist. I want to have
actually
a sit down and talk with an
That's
atheist.
good. Yeah, that would be
Oh my
cool.
I want
gosh.
to talk and just like I want to see their point, and I don't think
I
I
feel
would
like-
change, but like I just want to see.
atheists. I feel like when it comes to atheists, I feel like it's just so many better reasons we can give them on how to tell them there's a God. You know
More
what I mean?
reassurance
More
too, dude. Like it's like mentally peaceful,
Mhm.
not just like it's science and when we die we're dead, we're just gone, bro.
Black
we turn
hole,
into
just
ground.
darkness.
Like
You
that's
just turn into bones.
Can't,
oh
bro.
no, man. Like that's not it. That's,
Yeah. Another what was I about to say? Yeah, go ahead, H. I think you were about to say something.
Oh, I don't got nothing, man. Oh shoot, I'll have to probably look in my book again. I don't remember nothing. You got anything, DJ?
My mind is going
I-
blank, and I had something so good right now,
no,
man.
I had something too. I had something too, and I kind of like I lost it.
Man,
all
Oh
over the
no,
place right now.
man.
yeah, we're like all over the place.
Yeah. The tiredness getting to
No,
me.
no, no,
man.
it's not
I'm
even
like,
that.
I'm falling, man.
Hey, you got anything in the
I mean, I have.
notes?
Yeah, I'm on the. We have one more question. I
Here,
mean,
spit it out. Let's talk about it.
yeah. All right. How do you know you are being called to do the right thing?
Ooh,
It's tough
that's tough.
because who knows if it's him talking or the devil. Like I feel like I struggle with that a lot. I'm like, is that what I'm called for? Or is it just me thinking what I'm called for? And I mean, you know when you know, like
You'll know.
like especially like Revelation, like Matthew and Revelations, they talk about it. I haven't read Revelations, but in Matthew, like what I was just talking about, they were talking about like how you will know when it's happening. Like it's not just gonna be like you'll notice him. You'll see other people acting like Christ, but you'll notice him. You'll know it's him. And it says like the lightning strikes and it goes or hold on, let me get to where.
So, how do you know you're being called to do the right thing?
Yeah.
I mean, one thing, I went through a lot of stress this past month with just making the right decision and doing the right thing. Like,
Oh yeah, you were supposed to be going to the military.
yeah, I was gonna be going to the military, and
What day is it?
I was supposed to be going on.
Man, you would
I was
leave
gonna be leaving
tomorrow.
night. Yeah,
You'd leave tomorrow night. That's
it's
insane.
crazy. Yeah, I was gonna be leaving tomorrow night.
Okay, I have a
Go to
question.
boot camp.
Yeah.
And
I have a question.
Mhm.
You said you were going to when you told us you were going to the Coast Guard. What was the reason that you wanted to go? Like, is there any specific reason?
I mean, I started like last year.
Because you gotta think about it.
Yeah.
Like when the military people come to our school, when they went to our school, they're only gonna tell you what's the good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You
They're
know?
all like salesmen, but
Oh yeah.
at the end
They're
of the
trying
day,
to-
I
they're
mean,
trying to make you go in there.
I had to make a decision on. I didn't have to, but that's one thing when we're talking about patience. I was in a moment of like, I haven't been patient a lot in my life, and that was one thing. I was rushing to have like a career, to start my career, and I was like, the military is something. I mean, I don't really. It's either that or it's like technical school or it's this or that, and I was like, it has had benefits. You know what I mean? I didn't really know what I was gonna do outside of that, so I was just gonna be like, all right, I'm just gonna go to the military, do this, do that, do that. And I was like, at first I wanted to go to the army. I don't know if y'all know that. At first I wanted to go to the army.
You only told us about the Coast Guard.
And then it changed. I was like, never mind, I'm gonna go to the Coast Guard. My mom was like, you should go to the Coast Guard, this and that. I've heard a lot of good things about it, you know.
I mean, you do like swimming.
Yeah, it's true, but it's just there's so much like other stuff that I mean I'm capable of, and I think it's important to just like really pray about it, because I went through so much stress this past month of just like, do I really want to do this? It's such a big step, you know. It's a big commitment. You're like signing your life away, you know what I mean? And I really had to go through that. It was stressful. It was a whole week of just stress and just praying about like, if this is the right decision, like I had to talk to God about it. Like, if this is the right decision, please just show me that it's the right decision, you know, show me that I'm choosing the right path to go down. And, you know, a couple of days later, I just finally came to the decision that like, it's not a good idea to just go to the military, you know, because I'm not patient. You know, I rush myself to things and all that. So, I mean, now I'm taking a whole year to just go to school, and I want to become a firefighter. So I'm doing all that. But now I have just a year to just, you know, de-stress, you know, and take time and just think, you know what I mean? Think about what's right. I mean, I'm only 18, you know what I mean? I don't need to rush into just some career that couldn't be right for me. You know what I mean? I think it's very important to just take time and really understand what you're getting yourself into, because they're big decisions, you know? So I think it's very important to just take some time. You know, when you get out of school, take some time to think about what you really want to do. Don't just rush into things just because you think it needs to be done here and now, and you think you need to get things started. You know, you're still a kid. I'm still a kid. Yeah, I'm 18, but I just got out of school. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's so much.
We're just now getting a lick of what the real world.
Exactly.
A lot of like parents, they make you feel like you need to have everything sorted out right when you come out of high school. You need.
That's because that's really how it doesn't necessarily have to be like that, but you're probably better off.
Yeah.
Once you know, like, you're probably better off knowing what to do once you're out. Like with me, I was gonna go to college and have no plan. You know what I mean? I only wanted to go to college to go play football, and I was gonna be in Indiana paying $35,000 a month, a semester.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's too much,
we don't have $35,000 for a D3.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. For Indiana, pa. 35,000. It was 35,000. It was 35,000 a semester. It was a pretty big school. It was nice and all, but I was gonna go for business, and I'm like, yo, I just want to be a CEO, but CEO for what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's just something you gotta ask yourself, man. You like, yo, is this like, now I'm not in college. I start trade school in January, and I have the chance to graduate that same year in December, or I can take another course for half a year and graduate in May and be able to do more things and get paid. So I feel like, and still have time to go to college. And I don't even know if I'm going to go to college, because what I'm doing is literally I feel like it's the right thing for me. And I'm going for electrician. So I feel like that's needed everywhere.
That was one of my ideas. Yeah, it's good. It's good work.
I can still become a CEO. You know, there's not many people with electricity businesses over here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Plans change, decisions don't. He is spitting right now. Plans change, decisions don't. You know what I mean? So real. I just changed my path, but I'm still going down that same path. That
Shout out Nino road. For that.
Bar. This is Nino TV. Make sure you guys go hit the subscribe button for him over there. He shows you guys a little bit about life too. Yeah, take that as a note. You know what I mean? Put that in your notes somewhere. Different path, same decision.
Yeah, I feel like school definitely rushes you. Like, you gotta find a college, and now all these kids are going. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them are probably going to something that they're never, like, a degree that they're like. I had a teacher. He went through like a doctor's school, and he's a film teacher, and he says, I blew so much money on that school. Because my mom or other people wanted me to do it, and you just go with whatever other people want. And he was in so much debt because he rushed into into college, and that's what happens to a lot of people. Like they feel
Exactly.
so rushed by everybody being like, you got to find a college, because you're gonna be screwed in a few years if you don't have college, and then you rush into a school that you're spending $400,000 by the end of the 4 years you're there, and then you're screwed for the rest of your life because you're so stuck. Like,
yeah, and you're paying off debt and
people
all
are paying
that.
that off till they're like 80, dude. It's like, really? Like, you
Yeah,
want to live that life of like,
I don't want to call my mom on this though, but my mom is going through that same struggle right now too. She's paying for 2 student loans because she went to college for medical assistant. Mom, what?
Calling out mom.
Yeah, guys, I know they're behind the scenes. So me, shout out. Mom, what was your first student loan for medical assistant, right? For college? It'll be okay, yeah. So she went to for 2 years medical. So she's paying a student loan for medical assistant, and then what? Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. And then and then she's paying for cosmetology as well, right? Yeah, so she went on that boat too, paying 2 different student loans, and hopefully she's making that money and able to pay it back fast.
Yeah, it's hard.
She's almost she just turned 39. She's still paying for something she did almost 20 years ago.
it's a trap. It's like a living trap. Like you're living in this like restriction.
It's all money, man. It's all money
money's-
management. Money. Oh my gosh.
Money's something, man.
Yeah,
You
it's
talk about it more in the Bible than anything else.
2,000. So it says.
Yeah, y'all
We
got
have
it.
this
Whip it
written
out.
down.
But yeah, it's just patience. That's why I think it's very important to just
all right,
take some
guys,
time
hold
out
on.
of high school and just really
As we heard,
pray about what you want to do. You know what I mean? What you
Pastor
got?
Paul today. Today, as it is a Sunday, September 15th, we went to church. Of course, that's kids as men of God. Something we have to do. Oh, and that's what I was gonna talk about.
We don't have to. We get to.
Yeah.
We get to do it.
Yeah, we have the blessing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna talk about earlier. I just find it so crazy how all of us, I mean, even me and DJ, you know what I mean? We went to church camp or whatever, and once we started going to church more, it's always the man is always gonna lead your family, always gonna make is always gonna lead your family to the decision.
Mm-hmm.
Once I started going, I see myself as a role model to my family.
Mm-hmm. Same. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, same. Like
I see myself as a role model to my
the church more.
I see myself as a role model to my family. My mom, she's always went to church. She's always loved going to church, but my dad wasn't. Well, my dad never went to church as a kid. So now my parents didn't really go to church a lot. They would only go like on Easter and Christmas, so like all the Christian holidays. And seeing now that they see that I went to church starting from last year in September, actually October, I started going to church Sundays. I went Tuesdays, Sundays, and then I had the Bible study at my school Thursdays, and so I was always around Christian and stuff like that. And now my whole family goes to church. They're like, no, we're gonna go to church, and then we're gonna we have that as a priority. We go to church, and then whatever we want to do, we do it after. Or if we don't go to church, we like say we gotta wake up early, we gotta miss church. We listen to worship music as we get ready. We listen to worship music on the way there. You know what I mean? So we just try to find a way to always fit. Even like we fit God in every day. But even on a Sunday, if we can't make it to church, we will now we listen to worship music and stuff, because as now they seen that my faith has gotten so much stronger. They see how much happier I am with God on my side.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I find myself as a role model, and people will they'll look up to you.
Oh yeah.
Like I look up to my parents. I look up to my parents no matter what. That they see that this is something I love, is something that I find passionate. They're there. They see it. They want to be there for me. They want to do it with me. They want to do everything. You know what I mean?
That's good.
my mom talks to me about that. She's like, I love seeing it through you and stuff. But what we were talking about is, so there's 500 verses about faith and then 2,000 verses about money and possessions. So
Yep.
obviously it means something pretty big if Jesus is talking about that much. And
you guys got to remember too. You guys say, "Oh, this is my money." You know, I'm working for this money. You know, I give my job, my time, and my sweat, my blood, my labor. You know what I mean? And they give me money back.
It's God's money, though.
It's not your money. It is not. You're just borrowing it.
We're here to
from the
manage
person
it.
who
money
created
management,
it.
money management. It's literally in the word, like management. You're just managing his stuff, his all his. You're just managing what he gave you, and like what he was saying, like, or not what he was really saying. Like me and this dude right here, we came from like.
Okay, let me tell you about this guy DJ. And okay, this one too. Okay, so I work at Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if you guys know. I work at Texas Roadhouse, and when I first started working there, I met DJ.
Yeah, I don't work there anymore. I quit. I do for a good reason.
Yeah.
No hate, just not my
it's
place.
a really good first job. I love that place. You know.
As
you can see, we have two different perspectives of the job.
Man.
I really like it. I'm a very people person. You know, I like to talk to everybody.
Oh, no,
so
same.
I feel like that job was perfect for me as a first job.
The thing is, I don't know.
It still is really good.
But like being a busboy, you're so like pushed off to the side. That's why I didn't like it, because I didn't get to talk to people. If I was a server, I would have loved to do anything.
Wait to get the promotion.
Because I would have been like 20 something when this happened. So like,
bro.
You had no patience. Look at that.
I don't have patience. I did not have patience for that.
Listen,
that was before
I got a promotion at 17. I got promoted at
BC for me.
Guys, I think we're going a little off topic.
No. Okay, let's get back to
now. AD.
Okay, listen. So I worked with DJ, and me and DJ, we always talked about things that we're gonna do when we grow up. It's like, cause him and I, we are really into cars.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to build this car. Like, we were always talking about like what we were gonna do. Never in our days of working together were we ever talking about accepting Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Mm-hmm.
Together,
the same day, the same time, in the same building with the same group.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought?
That's
like,
sick.
Me and him got the last 2 tickets to Passion too.
Oh yeah,
we were the last 2. Like I got the one right before, and then I wasn't gonna give it to my friend. I should have. It's bad that I didn't do it, but he needed to find Christ a little bit more before. But like, and it was kind of expensive. But then I heard that he bought it after me, and I'm like, Yankee? Like, I never thought this dude would ever be at church. And it's like, we went through a lot. I mean, like, there was a lot of like talks that we had at Texas.
And it was never about Jesus.
Never
Us three. I mean, you and both you guys got the last 2 tickets.
And then his cousin is my manager.
I don't even get how I got a ticket. I didn't get a ticket at all.
Legit,
and it ran me out
like
of the blue.
All glory to God.
Exactly.
Hey, that's all. I mean, I'm not gonna take credit. I mean, I give God all credit.
Oh,
but listen, I was helping my boy Adrian. You know, he really wanted to go to Passion, and I can see it changed. It changed all of us in a way, but
such a great way.
In such a great way. And I mean, there's some like I texted this person, and he said that I'm like, yo, do you know anybody that like doesn't want to go to this camp or that can't make it? And it was his cousin that couldn't make it, and bro, you didn't even have to pay a dime.
Didn't have to pay a dime.
That's insane.
They were just
That's
like, "Oh, just give it to me."
For the payment,
Gave it
for
to me.
him.
It was crazy.
That's
like,
so good. That's
true. Like,
it's just so amazing, what God. It's just so amazing what God can do. It's like, oh, and you were having doubts, like, bro, I can't make it. I'm like, I'm not gonna be. Like, you even texted our pastor. You know, you were saying, bro, I'm actually so cold right now. I'm shaking. You were saying, bro, like I remember we were sitting in Maddie's house, and the living room was me, you, Joey, and Riley, and you're like, bro, I can't make it to Passion. And I'm like, bro, there's a way. There's a way you're gonna make it. And this is like this was 2 days before like we were about to leave.
yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you're going with us. There's no way you're not. There's like, you have to go with us. the night before, Pastor Skylar told you, "Hey, pack your things. You're coming to Passion with us."
Yeah, dude, it was so good. Oh
Right?
my goodness,
I would have been
smiling,
geeking, bro. I would have been geeking, like,
dude. It
I
was
would
so
not
good.
be sleeping for the next 2 nights, bro. Like, I would be actually.
So I mean, yeah. So I mean, finding yourself as a role model. I mean, like I see myself as a role model to my family, man, especially to my siblings. I mean, I know all the mistakes I've done.
Yeah.
I know.
exactly.
Hey, shout out my brother too. Shout out my sister, and um, I want the best for them. I know I've made a lot of stupid mistakes, and I just hope that what they what I've done, that they don't make the same mistakes I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've obviously haven't done anything too bad. You know what I mean? I'm still alive.
You're looking at me.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm still alive. You know what I mean?
I'm on me over here. Like,
no,
yeah,
I mean,
haven't done anything bad.
no, I'm just saying, I haven't done anything too bad. I'm 18. I mean, I'd probably say like one thing I hope my brother doesn't do. He's about to be 16, getting his license and stuff. Do not, I repeat, do not go 32 miles an hour over the speed limit like I did within the first 3 weeks of having your license.
Crazy.
Gosh, what the fart?
And you know what's crazy? After that, I feel like that's one of the things. God was on my side with that, because I'm 16. I was 16 years old, going 32 miles an hour. That's, I think in Florida, I think
That's like felony speeds. I'm pretty sure. 100%.
in Florida, if you're going 20, I think it's 20 miles an hour over the speed
Yeah.
limit, it's a felony. And
How fast was the road? So how fast were you going?
I was going 72 on a 40.
That's insane.
that's
So-
actually
Oh my
so-
goodness.
Only thing I got was a $500 ticket. And
What?
I didn't have to do no community hours. I didn't have to take a course. And I was more worried. Everybody was telling me at work, because I was on my way to. Oh, you were there. You were there. You were at work.
Oh my god, I do remember that. And you came and you're like, bro, I just got pulled over.
You were telling me like, bro, you might get your license taken. You were
because
telling
I literally knew a girl. I'm pretty sure her license, because she did 70 through a school zone.
Whoa, but that's worse.
That's
Yes, no,
insane.
it was bad, bro.
But
She was, it was.
but I was yeah. I mean, I only got a $500 speeding ticket.
That's-
No, had to take no course. I didn't get any points taken away. The judge, like, he really spared me. The cop spared me. You know what I mean? Like, I could have went to juvie.
Oh god,
Bro, it's a felony. That could have went on my
Yeah.
record. You know what I mean? That could have
Oh yeah, that could have
killed my career for life.
Mm-hmm.
And all I got was, I mean, yeah, $500 is a lot, but I'd rather take a $500 ticket over everything else that I was gonna
Jail.
that I should have got.
Yeah.
But with all glory to God, it was just, your pockets are gonna hurt.
It was a lesson.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And now I know. I'm like,
Sometimes we have to make mistakes to learn. You know what I
yep.
mean?
And it's like DJ said at the end of the last video. You will always have blessings and or lessons, but a lesson will always be a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like
She's
something.
bars, bro.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
good.
That's like the only time I was actually scared when I got pulled over. The other two times I got pulled over was nothing bad. One was a messed up light bulb, and then the other one was because I was going like crazy fast on a hill. But the man told me, like, God bless him, he told me, "Hey man, just slow down. I think there's another cop on the other side of the hill." I'm like, "Okay,
Oh,
thank you
what
very
a
much."
goat.
Yeah.
No, I've gone.
I was
some
on the way
pretty
to
nice
work
cops,
again
man.
from football practice, and I'm like, I'm running late. I gotta go.
Yo, I have an idea, y'all. Go the speed limit and y'all won't get pulled over.
Yeah.
Warren,
I gotta get to my, and I feel like that's where I for patience too. I feel like
patience to get
driving,
somewhere.
Patience on the
I
road.
I just want to get there, and I can't stand the people who are driving like 35 on a 40. I'm like,
On the way here, bro,
bro, you
I
can
was
go
like,
10 miles. Like in Florida, you can go 10 miles over the speed limit, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, can you at least push it to 45?
Yeah.
And like, or at least like, let me get to the turning, and then you can go slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
no, yeah, God's definitely been with me with me and my cars, man. Like I've gotten pulled over. I can't even count how many times for like everything, dude. Like
and you only got one speeding ticket. I remember when you told me
one
that.
speeding ticket, and then a few tickets for like what's it called, insurance, because I didn't have my I had insurance, but it just wasn't like the updated like card. So there's I'll just go down to the DMV. It's like $10 to like just take this ticket off, or it's like $200 or something. I'm like, okay, I'll just do $10 and I have insurance. Like I got one speeding ticket and that's it, and I got the points taken off and everything. So like, I mean that was a lesson, but like
it's just
a lesson.
I just feel like
I still speed. Bring the tickets. Bring me the tickets.
No,
please
no.
I do not. I'm not financially ready for tickets right now.
So
I literally have.
You're not even financially ready for even have a truck. You know, like your truck is in shambles right now.
Yeah.
It's in your garage right now with. I don't know what.
I'm trusting in God, because maybe God doesn't want me on the road with that thing right now. Maybe there's something out there that He doesn't want me out there with it.
All right, so back to what I was saying about what the money. Yeah, we were talking about money. Money is something that we worship a lot, and this is just a thing, man. You can't worship God and money at the same time. You can't. You either worshiping God or you're worshiping the money. And if you're worshiping the money, you're gonna spend the money on really bad, like not really bad things, but you're just gonna lose it as like so much faster, because you're just, you know, oh, I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. And you're just, you know.
Yeah. God's not telling you not to have money or not to use money. It's a very important tool in life, but
I feel like
it's not something to be worshipped, because if you start worshiping that, you're loving money over God. You're loving
that will easily go out the door.
Yeah. If you love one, you'll despise the other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like,
and that's like you can't, even with when you're like trying to I'm not saying when you're trying to sin, because no. Like when you like, it's just, you just got to remember, you can't worship God 1 hour and then worship Satan the next.
Can't worship two things.
Can't.
That's about everything. That's not just about money. Like,
that's real.
Cars was a big thing for me. Like, I would put that over everything.
Cars in 2 years?
Yeah. Not too much. Not bad.
Okay, so what is it? Money is a tool and a resource, but loving the tool more than the maker, it will always be bad. And that's something I learned today at church. And what else was I gonna put? Another thing is I forgot, man. I forgot. All right, so I guess I'll just wrap it up. You know, so you know, we got to end it off with the basic question. What are some things that you guys would like? What advice would you guys give to newer Christians that are trying to find their way towards God?
Say it one more time.
What are ways?
Say it again.
Okay. What advice would you give a person that is starting to seek God and that are new, like Christianity?
I think I said one thing last time was just going to a Bible study or something like that. I mean, I don't want to say it again, but very important. going to hang out with friends that are surrounded by God, and community. That's good. But yeah, Bible studies and all that. I mean, that's one thing to get closer to God. But also, like, if you have someone in your life that just you see how they're close to God, or you see someone in your life that you don't really talk to that much, I think it's important to maybe just ask them a question about God. Like, if you see someone out and about every once in a while and you know they have some sort of relationship with God, I feel like it's important to talk to them about it, because that could help them get even closer, and it could also help you get even closer to God.
Just ask for guidance.
Yeah, exactly.
So, DJ, I'm going to reread the question to you.
I knew what my answer is.
I'm going to reread it.
I'm logged in right now.
All right, so
actually reread it, because I actually kind of forgot what I was going to say now.
All right. What advice would you give a person that is starting to see God and don't know where to start?
Like what I said earlier, if you're going to give it all to him, give it all to him. Don't question him. If you give it all, like, if you want to question him, don't give it all to him. Then, like, I mean, you should be giving everything.
Start.
Yeah, you're going to question him from the start, but, like, you just got to trust in him. And it's tough. It's tough to, like, trust in something you don't see, but it's just like that faith you have to have. Yeah. it's uncomfortable. It's not.
Gotta get out of that comfort.
Yeah.
Obedience is being like obedience is uncomfortable, but being uncomfortable is what makes you into a stronger. It's gonna turn you into a stronger person, no matter what. You get to see so many different things. Yeah, you're out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
Right outside of that comfort zone is so much blessings, so much.
So many.
It's
right
tough
over
to
that
get
little
there,
hill.
though. It's tough to be there, but like it's way better than where you are. It's where growth happens.
Yeah, you don't want to sit in just your comfort. You're never gonna go anywhere from there.
Moves the mountains, man.
Exactly.
It's just something, It's just you just gotta give it time with the trust in God. Always.
Amen. Patience. It's a big part of this podcast today.
Definitely.
Patience
Patience.
really helps with everything. You know.
I mean, another thing is at church they tell us that growth is out of our comfort zone too. It's like
Yes.
we're afraid to grow into our things. Like we're afraid to grow out. Like you said, you were. I mean, I don't know if you said you were like afraid of doing something.
Not really
You were
afraid. Talking about the military.
Yeah.
I wasn't really afraid. There was so much that I've built, you know what I mean? And so much ahead of me that I know is so important, like the church and all that. Like there's really like I'm going down the right path, and I had to pray about it, go through so much stress, had to have some patience, and it took a lot of stress, but prayed about it, and I came to the decision that it's right for me. Yeah, I mean, you could also look at it like, oh, I'm staying in my comfort zone, but at the same time, I'm going out of my comfort zone. I never wanted to go to school. I hated school. I hate college. I did, but now I'm all of a sudden doing it. Like I said to everyone, oh, I don't want to do college. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
I literally say that all the time.
I don't like it. But next thing you know, I'm going out of my comfort zone and I'm going to college now, like just to be a firefighter, which I think is awesome.
Still
I think
saving lives.
Fun. Exactly. But
different path, same decision.
yeah, you can look at it like, oh, I'm not going to go to the military, so I'm staying in my comfort zone. But at the same time, I'm going to school, which is something I never thought I would do. And I'm going to do this. So, I mean,
Who would have thought, man?
there's definitely multiple ways to look at it, but that's how I see it. I mean, I'm still going out of my comfort zone. So
you too, you're going out your comfort zone, DJ?
Well, yeah, like before passion, like, or during passion, and yeah, in like the past and stuff. Like the other times I tried quitting, like just with like addiction, dude. Addiction's like getting rid of an addiction's out of your comfort zone, like getting away from like drugs and stuff like that. Like that's
actually
you're so used to it, and like that whole different world you're just in when you're on them. It's just like it's like in a bad way comfortable, and you get used to it, and you're just like, I probably couldn't get away. Like I wouldn't get away from this. And a lot of people say, oh, I can stop when I want to. No, it's
but
really
that's in a way now.
It's really not that easy
now,
man. Like
if you feel like you can control it now, it's gonna get to the point where you can't control it, and you're gonna
go back, you relapse, and it's just like and it's not the much of like a good feeling, but like it's growth though. Like relapsing, like yeah, you got a week without it, but like let's push for 2 weeks. Even just doing that, like just pushing for that extra day, extra hour, just like
one thing I like to do is, I don't know how much longer I can do this, but I'm gonna go for one more day. And if I feel like if you just keep using that mentality, one more day.
Next thing you know, you forget about it, and
I saw that
you're out of it.
Like people that like this might be a little touchy, but like people that are like contemplate like suicide and stuff. Like I see that one more day thing. Like just give me one more day. Just stand it out for one more day. You say that every day, or you have it somewhere to read, and you'll start like kind of like, obviously you have to grow on that and start like learning to love life and stuff. But like to start to like not being gone where you can't experience.
I mean, it gives you time to just understand that like we're all unique. You know what I mean? Like that one more day could just be like
the day
something that just makes people
you snap.
Understand or like see that like we all have our own intricate lives, and we're all very important. We are all made in God's way. He loves us so much. So I think it's very important to see that.
Sonder.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, you guys want to give any shout outs?
Shout out my mom. Shout out God.
Oh, you stole it, bro.
Shout out my dad, my family.
Shout out my sister. I love you, Gemma.
I want to shout out everybody that shared my video, shared the video, you know, trying to help me help me get out there, you know. Thank you. I want to shout out everybody that I mentioned in this podcast, everybody that I mentioned in the last podcast, everybody that's reached out to me. Like I said, shared my podcast out to public. Shout out, like shared my podcast like to the whole world. You know what I mean? Like everybody that's reached out to me, telling me that I've got good things happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I feel it feels amazing, and knowing the amount of support and love that everybody has for me is like no other. So, like I said, guys, thank you guys so much for sharing. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see you guys in the next podcast. All right, this is episode 2 of many, and hopefully we'll see you guys in episode 3. All righty, peace.
Peace out.